Today is graduation day for the Cornish Cross Chickens. They are now 7.5 weeks old, and we'll be butchering them today as my wife and I are traveling to the other side of the country tomorrow to visit old friends for the week. I'm being joined today by Paul, who is going to help with the butchering, and of course his father Roger, who will primarily stick to the chicken plucking. I'll show you how we go about doing this in my backyard butchering setup. So let's get to work.
Let's get to work.
Let's get to work. Put the camera down.
Last year, I waited an extra week and some of the chickens got so big that when it came time to cook them, I couldn't fit them in the crock pot that I have without a little physical persuasion. Typically, I would wait until the chickens are at least 8 weeks old, but a few days either way isn't really going to bother me. The chickens usually wait in the large chicken tractor near, but not facing the killing cone that I made out of a plastic bucket. I placed the chickens in the cone in order to dispatch them with a very sharp knife. I've made peace with this unfortunate fact of life, but I totally understand why it makes people uncomfortable. That's why other people buy chicken in the store. Below the cone is a collection bucket with a few inches of water in it. After all the chickens are dispatched for the day, I use the watered down blood in the bucket as fertilizer for the garden. Nothing goes to waste. Chicken blood is rich in nitrogen and other nutrients, making it an excellent fertilizer for plants. After the chicken has been dispatched, it's ready for the scalding pot. We dunk the chicken in the scalding water at about 160 degrees for a minute or so, until the tail feathers pull out easily. Keep swishing the chicken around to ensure that the hot water gets in all the feathered areas of the chicken. You don't want to leave the bird in the hot water for too long, or you will start to cook the chicken. Just make sure that you can pull those tail feathers out easily, and you should be done. Once the tail feathers come out fairly easily, it's time for plucking. I didn't buy a chicken plucker this year as we only had 17 chickens to pluck, but I will get one for next year to speed up the process. I understand that it's a total game changer. This year we hand pluck the chickens. The proper protocol for plucking a chicken is to grab the feathers and pull them out. Repeat this step until the bird has no more feathers. That's the protocol. Roger takes the lead on hand plucking the birds and ensuring that any little pin feathers are scraped away as well. Once Roger is satisfied that all the feathers are removed from the bird, he passes the chicken off to Paul, who will clean and gut the bird. In order to clean the chicken, the head and feet are removed, as well as an oil gland that is located on the back end of the bird. If not removed, the gland will taint the taste of the meat if it ruptures. The chicken is then eviscerated, and the internal organs are pulled out, generally all at the same time. Once the cavity is cleaned out, the chicken is ready for cooling in an ice water bath. I delivered the finished chicken to the ice water bath in a cooler in my garage, right next to my freezer. Later in the evening, I bagged all of the chickens myself in shrink bags and placed them in the freezer.
Want to put this back?
Yeah.
Bleach it first? I just did.
As the last chicken was being cleaned out, we started to clean up everything and wash down all the equipment with a bleach solution and water. We put away all the gear so that it would be ready for the next butchering sometime next year. Well, now a little time has elapsed. We're back from our California vacation. We went for over a week to visit friends, and I've had the chickens stored in the garage freezer for over the last week or so. I was able, once we were done cleaning up, to bag everything finally late at night, pull it out of the coolers. Everything was chilled down. I bagged them in shrink wrap bags. I put the big pot of water here in the driveway right outside the garage and heated up the bags and let them shrink. And so then I was able to throw them in the freezer right before going inside and getting some rest, because in the morning we had to go to California. So kind of jammed things in that day, but I haven't done the math yet since I got back about the number of pounds and the cost per pound. But we got 17 chickens this year, and that's enough. It's just my wife and I right now, so just the two of us here, so that's plenty. And as you can see here in the freezer, everything looks great. So that's our chicken butchering video. The chickens have graduated and they're off to freezer camp, as they say. So that's it for now. This is Scott at the XFed Homestead. We'll see you next time.